Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they're going to get this up to midfield. This defense for the Colts, much improved from week one. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. The Chiefs at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Mahomes now on first down. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be brought down just shy of 40. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's #1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Ryan. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Ryan. And he's going to have the hook. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. Escapes the defender, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball, You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. Butker's kick here is good, and that will make it 6-0. So the fumble recovery had him set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
So a couple of field goals now. 6-0 our score as the kick's away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has, really. They come up here now 1st down. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Ryan gets this to Campbell out on the right side. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. Now Ryan. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Now here's the 2022 draft class for Kansas City, and some extra selections for them in this year's draft CD. And you notice that for a team that obviously has been very good on offense for a while, they really focused on defense in this draft class.
Yeah, and they were able to focus on offense during free agency, although they did bring in receiver Sky Moore in the 2nd round to help fill the void at that position. But you're right about the defensive side of the ball. Cornerback Trent McDuffie, the 21st overall pick. Defensive end George Karlaftis, the 30th overall pick. And safety Brian Cook in the 2nd round. And one of my favorite players, the big guy, Leo Chanel, 3rd round pick out of Wisconsin as an inside linebacker.
That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Nothing our score after 1. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run once more with Taylor. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Ryan. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. They'll run here with Taylor. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Ryan. Steps away to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Ryan. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. So Ryan heads to the sideline, and out now is Rodrigo Blankenship for the Indianapolis field goal try. Blankenship's kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So Charles there on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They were victorious over the Chargers last week, and now they work with a lead again here as they come up 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll run with the 3rd-year man, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Some good games coming up here in Week 3, the first weekend of fall officially. And tonight, the Niners and Broncos from Denver. 49er fans are probably saying, wait, I thought we were done with Russell Wilson. No, they'll see him tonight. And then on Monday night, Cowboys and Giants from MetLife Stadium kicking off at 8:15 Eastern. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Ryan. That ball caught by Campbell. And out across midfield down to the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A give for Taylor running right side. Oh, what a juke into space. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Well, Jonathan Taylor, like most guys from Wisconsin, he's not one to shy away from contact. He proved it right there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Back to Taylor on 1st down. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 1st down, Ryan. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Chris Jones, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Well, last game he had 2 sacks, got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now it's Ryan. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
So Ryan heads to the sideline, and out now is Rodrigo Blankenship for the Indianapolis field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will tie things up at 6-6. Maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coach always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over, and now you get the second half to play.
So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we have reached halftime here with not much scoring between these two teams. 6-6 our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. And it's the Raiders who have the lead in the second quarter. The Raiders trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, let's head to New Jersey. The Jets at home at MetLife Stadium. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Mixon has a run for a touchdown. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. Alvin Kamara with 2 touchdowns thus far. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for KC in that first half. And there's not much to speak of in terms of passing efficiency. But in a tie game, they know a few tweaks could make a big difference going forward. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there. Final adjustments taking place in both teams' locker rooms. We're closing in on the second half, and to bring it your way, let's go back up to Indianapolis and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. All even through one half of football as we get back underway in quarter number 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And the Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 18. Second half starts with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And he is going to lose yardage here. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Mahomes. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Mahomes. trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They'll have very good starting field position here as they try to break our tie, and they start 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On the counter, it's Taylor. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. To throw is Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Blankenship's kick is good. And they take the lead here as it's now 9-6. So the interception set him up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple. You always want them drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. He finds his man, Sky Moore, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
If Western Michigan keeps this up, they will soon be known as a cradle of wide receivers. In recent years, they've given the NFL Corey Davis, Dwayne Eskridge, and now Sky Moore. A great combination of speed, strength, and tenacity. He knows how to go get the football, and right there, he picks up a 1st down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Pass interference. Defense.
Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
And again, it's Mahomes. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Well, Mahomes finding his burner Hardman for the KC first.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They go back to the ground with Edwards-Helaire. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That really sets him back, a loss of 6.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. Mahomes going to throw. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Sky Moore with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chiefs have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will make this a 4-point game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Sky Moore capping things off with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Here's Ryan. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And getting this just shy of midfield, will spot it at the 49. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
They certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now Ryan. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. On 3rd down, Ryan. And that is incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Mahomes now on 1st down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you can easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes on the slant. He's got Hardman. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
And receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. They go play fake. Mahomes. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way, because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the fourth. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. On 2nd and 10, Mahomes. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. They go play action. Now Mahomes. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throwing partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Another carry, same story. 4th quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their mindset, and now they're beating them to the punch on every snap.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. They'll drop the throw. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll go. It's Edwards-Helaire going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop him. I like the confidence he showed.
From the 39, Ryan. Out of his hands quickly to... Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake in the ball and knock it free.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. Finds his man. It's Kelsey on the crossing route here. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 14. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Edwards-Helaire will take this one in. It's a Chiefs touchdown. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Butker on for the PAT. they're going to fake it. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on the PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. Trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. From the gun on third down, Ryan. To the right side, complete to Taylor. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A gain of 8 there on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was third and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Ryan on first down. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Now Ryan. And his throw here is incomplete.
The nice thing is that you've still got all your timeouts, so the middle of the field, that should still be an option, especially if you see the defenders pinching the sideline. You can run a little seam route right here and pick up some nice yardage.
And he'll find Pittman. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Time definitely of the essence now, just under a minute to play, and here we go. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Mahomes going to throw it here. Catch is made by Hardman. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Now Mahomes. Into the hands of Smith-Schuster on the crossing pattern. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. One more time with Edwards-Helaire. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Mahomes to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Butker now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
So the game will continue for at least one more play.
Cannot finish a game on a defensive penalty. That's why they get one more untimed attempt.
One last shot for Ryan. And that will be incomplete. as time has run out on this football game.
So it's a win for the Chiefs here, and no surprise, it was Patrick Mahomes who really led the charge.
Yeah, the numbers don't jump off the page, but he was a steady influence back there. He had a couple of touchdown passes on the afternoon. His guys rallied around him, and they're going to come away victorious.
So for Kansas City, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they'll fall to 1-2. And